Hey guys, it's me, Jammin' Music Man. Welcome to my first ever DVD pickup video where I show you guys some of the DVDs that I picked up in the past few weeks. So let's take a look at all this DVD goodness. Alright, the first DVD that I picked up way before The Walking Dead ruled the South, there was some Redneck Zombies. That's right, Redneck Zombies, that Trauma 80s horror classic. And for me, my personal favorite trauma films are Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, Surf Nazis Must Die, Sergeant Kabuki Man, I could go on. But Redneck Zombies, the plot's pretty simple. Some rednecks out in the woods trying to steal this other redneck's moonshine, get caught up in some government toxic chemical waste. They turn into zombies, and then they go out and eat these campers that are stuck in the woods. And it's a mix of horror, comedy, and gore, like all trauma films. But I gotta say, Redneck Zombies is worth a watch, but it's not my favorite trauma film. But if you like, zombies, horror, and comedy, gore, hey, I would go pick it up. And I found this DVD at my local grocery store for like $2.99. And I know I've seen this at like other video retail stores going for like 20 bucks. So hey, $2.99, I would jump on that. But you get some of the bonus features. You get some commentary from the director. And this movie right here, it went down in history as being the first worldwide distributed film that was shot on like home video camera. So hey, it's in the history books. But you also get a bonus CD that features some of the music throughout the film. But hey, that's pretty sweet. But Redneck Zombies, it's worth a pickup. Like I said, not my favorite trauma film, but definitely worth a watch. That's Redneck Zombies. Alright guys, my next DVD that I picked up, it's a true war classic and one of my personal favorites. I'm talking about the original Inglorious Bastards. And the plot for the original is nothing like the Quentin Tarantino version, which I love. But in the original, it stars Fred the Hammer Williamson from, I believe, Shaft, and Bo Stevenson from the original Walking Tall. And this film came out in the 70s, 1978, I believe. But the plot for this film is basically Fred the Hammer Williamson and Bo Stevenson. They're like these leaders of these, military outlaw guys that got kicked out of the army. This is during World War II, and they're wanting to make it to Switzerland. Or they want to make it to the Swiss border, and they get into a whole bunch of trouble along the way, and then they end up getting into this big fight with the Nazis on a train, and I'm not going to get everything away, but it's a classic. And you get a lot of some booby action in this movie. It's a total fun fest. But nothing like the Quentin Tarantino film. But I remember when the Quentin Tarantino film came out on Attack of the Show, which was my jam back in the day. On DVD Tuesday, Chris Gore talked about this film. And so, and they were showing clips of it, and I thought, hey, this film looks pretty interesting. So I looked it up online, and then I saw it at my local video store. So I rented it, and I loved it. And I would highly recommend watching the original, but it's nothing like the Quentin Tarantino version. So the original, it doesn't have Adolf Hitler in it, and it's not as gory, and not a whole lot of explosions like Tarantino's version. But I would highly recommend watching the original. That's the Inglorious Bastards. Check it out. Alright, these next few DVDs I'm about to show you guys are some wrestling DVDs that I got for $5 at my local Walmart. And the first DVD I'm going to show you guys, it's the WWE's Falls Count Anywhere DVD. And you get a lot of the WWE's and WCW and ECW's best Falls Count Anywhere street fight matches. Some of the matches you get on here, you get Sting versus Cactus Jack from Beach Blast 92. You get Barry Windham and Arn Anderson taking on Doom from the WCW Starrcade 90. You get Vince McMahon taking on Ric Flair in a street fight from Royal Rumble 2002. You also get Triple H taking on Shawn Michaels from SummerSlam 2002. You also get one of my personal favorites is when Sting teamed up with Booker T to take on the Road Warriors from WCW Uncensored 96. So you get a lot of classic street fight, false count anywhere matches. And also you get the man himself, Macho Man, taking on Crush in a false count anywhere match from WrestleMania 10. But $5, hey, that's not bad. Worth a pickup. So hey, go check out your local Walmart and see if you can find some of these sweet deals for $5. But that's the WWE's false count anywhere matches. Alright, this next DVD I'm about to show you, it's the best of WCW's Classic Champions. Also I got for $5 at Walmart. But long before the days of Monday Nitro, when the WCW would put out a Classic Champions, you would get excited. But the Classic Champions lasted from 1988 to 1997, and some of the matches you get on here are true wrestling classics. Some of the matches you get on here from the original Classic Champions, you get Sting taking on Nature Boy Ric Flair. You get Ric Flair taking on Terry Funk in an I Quit match. I love that match. And I especially love the end when the Great Muta comes out and attacks Flair. Then Sting comes out. Muta and Sting, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers right there. You also get Hulk Hogan teaming up with the Macho Man to take on Flair and the Giant. You also get when Stunner Steve Austin took on one of my personal favorites, Flying Brian Pillman. And you also get the late great Eddie Guerrero taking on Chris Jericho. But that's the WCW Classic Champions. It's a 3-disc set. Not bad for $5, you guys. So I would highly go to my local Walmart and see if they got it. But that's the best of Classic Champions. Alright, you guys, my next DVD needs a special introduction, and it goes a little something like this. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? That's right, The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, that I also got for $5 at Walmart. And I love this DVD. If you're a fan of The Rock, I would highly recommend go picking this up. Some of the matches you get on here, you get when The Rock beat Hunter Hearst Helmsley for the Intercontinental belt back in '97, and they also talk about The Rock's first heel turn when he joined the Nation of Domination. And some of the other matches you get when The Rock first won the WWF belt from Mankind at Survivor Series '98, and you also get when The Rock took on Mankind at the Saints Valentine's Day Massacre in the Last Man Standing match. Also, you get when The Rock took on Booker T for the WCW belt, and you get when The Rock teamed up with Mankind, the Rock and Sock Connection, to win the tag belts. And of course, you get the instant classic when The Rock took on Hollywood Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. But I would highly pick this up if you're a fan of The Rock, and for $5, hey, go pick this up. And I got it at Walmart once again, but that's The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Can you smell it? Ooh. Alright, my next DVD that I picked up, I haven't opened it yet, but I've already watched it. I watched it on Netflix, and that DVD is Triple H, Thy Kingdom Come. And this DVD right here is pretty much a documentary about Triple H. There's no matches, and in the documentary it pretty much tells the story how, when he was a teen, he started bodybuilding, and then he worked his way as an indie wrestler, and then he got signed with WCW as Terrorizing, and then he would later become Jean-Paul Levesque, who was like this American blue blood. And Jean-Paul Levesque would, that persona would later become Hunter Hearst Helmsley in the WWF. And it pretty much just tells, the story of Triple H from his early days to the Click incident, how he was destined to win King of the Ring 96, but after the Click incident, they gave it to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then it also talks about, the DX story and, how he became the Game, his involvement with Stephanie, how they, their relationship blossomed and now they're what they are today. But it's a pretty good documentary. I just wish they could have put some pretty good Triple H matches on here. But it's Triple H, Thy Kingdom Come. Not a bad deal for $5. So hey, go to your local Walmart and buy it if you're interested. Alright, you guys, my next DVD I picked up, I got it for $5, but it's not a wrestling DVD. It's actually a good documentary on some soccer legends from the 90s. It's actually the Class of 92. And I'd watched this before on Netflix, and when I saw it at Walmart, I knew I had to jump on it. It pretty much tells the tale of the Manchester United team from back in the early 90s. And David Beckham, who we all know here in the States, and Ryan Giggs, who some of us may know. David Beckham, Ryan Giggs, and the whole Manchester United team. They pretty much revolutionized soccer back in the 90s. And this just pretty much tells the documentary of each person on that team, and pretty much just tells the tale of the Manchester United team, how they were just a bunch of young upstarts and how they really became the superstars that they are today. But if you're a fan of soccer or British soccer, I would highly recommend watching the Class of 92. It's a really good documentary, and for $5, hey, you can't beat that. But go check it out. That's the Class of 92. Alright guys, and my final DVD that I picked up, it's Dragon Ball Z Season 2. And this is, for all the hardcore DBZ fans, this is the Namek and Captain Ginyu sagas. And in Season 2, it takes place like at the end of Season 1 with Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan trying to get to planet Namek to get the Namekian Dragon Balls. And of course, they run into trouble with Lord Frieza and Vegeta, and also Frieza gets his hired henchmen, the Ginyu Force, to come to find the Dragon Balls. And of course, Goku's going to come in and save the day. And I'm not going to give anything else away for some of the people who haven't seen this season, but I love Dragon Ball Z. I've done some videos in the past on some Dragon Ball Z related stuff, but Season 2, I hope to add some more seasons in my collection, because I love watching DBZ back in the day. But I remember when Dragon Ball Z was on like the UPN network, and they would show it for a time and then they took it off. And then they started showing it on Cartoon Network, and that's when it started getting really popular. But when it was on Cartoon Network, I didn't always keep up with like every single episode, so it was kind of hard for me to keep up with the storyline of what was going on that week. But I love Dragon Ball Z Season 2. I would highly recommend picking it up. And if you're a fan of this season or any Dragon Ball Z season, hey, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of Season 2 or any other Dragon Ball Z seasons for that matter. But guys, that's going to be the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I would love to hear from all you guys on if you'd like me to do some more DVD pickups in the future. But once again, I'm Jammin' Music Man. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.